take a song from one key and put it in another key? There are many reasons that you may want to do this, but how do we do this? So we're going to talk about transposing and how you can transpose any song you want to whatever key you want. All right, we're going to spend about 5 to 7 minutes talking about this. Let's go. All right, so this question gets asked sometimes, hey, I play this song in the key of G, but the person I play with plays it in the key of C. How do I learn the chords to it? Or, this song, I always see it in the key of C, but I can't sing it in C. How do I get it to the key of E? I can't find the chords for it. So this is what you do. It's called transposing. When I was a kid, and actually I have it right here. When I was a kid, my dad had, this is actually my father's. This is his little wheel that he made with his handwriting on it. This is probably about 50 years old. And it has the circle of fifths along the outside. And then there's another piece of cardboard on the inside that has a circle of fifths. And when he wanted to transpose, he would line up the top circle, if this is the key of A, and then he would take, I don't want it in the key of A, I want it in the key of G. He'd put G directly underneath of A, and then the inner circle would be his chords that he would match with. So this is nice. This was really nice for him to have. I've never used anything like this once I got past like maybe 9th grade. So this is how I think about chords. So we're going to start in the key of C. And we have the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, and the 6 chord are the 4 main chords in a key. If we have a song that goes C, F, G, A minor. Right? Just as an example. If I wanted to switch that to the key of D, making D the 1 chord, I would have to figure out what the 4, the 5, and the 6 chord is in the key of D. So, how do we go about doing that? So, C to F is 4 steps. C, D, E, F. 1, 2, 3, 4. You always count the first note. C, D, E, F. D, if I start on D, D, E, F sharp, G. G is going to be my 4 chord. And A is going to be my 5 chord. And B minor is going to be my 6 chord. So I could play this song, whatever song it is. You guys all know, like the doo-woppy kind of songs, C, A minor, F, G. We can play that, so that was 1, 6, 4, 5. Now we can play it in D. D, B minor, G, A, in the still. All right, so let's go through these other keys really quick and figure out what these other 1, 4, 5, and 6 chords would be. So in the key of E, 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 F sharp, G sharp, A. A is going to be the 4. Now, I know you're thinking, what are all these F sharps and G sharps? That's just what key we're in. E has 4 sharps, so we need to have those 4 sharps for that key. B and C sharp minor. All right? G. I bet you already know what these 4 chords are in the key of G. G, C, D, E minor. A, D, E, and here's a weird one, F sharp minor. Boop, boop, boop. F sharp minor. A has 3 sharps, so you need to know, like your key signatures and stuff. That's another conversation. But just to transpose, as long as you know what the 1, 4, 5, 6 chord are, you're good at transposing. But let's say there's a weird chord. For example, in the Patsy Cline song, "Walking After Midnight," or in the key of C, there's an A flat chord. A flat is not in the key of C. A flat goes between G and A minor. How am I going to figure out what this kooky A flat chord is? It's over here, right? We got to figure out what this A flat chord is. It goes right in there. And let's say we're switching it to the key of E. A flat is between G and A. G, G sharp, or A flat, G. G sharp and A flat are called inharmonic. They sound the same. All right? So, in the key of E, we would want the chord that's between C sharp and B. So here's B, and here's C sharp. C, it's going to be a C chord. Is going to be the weird chord in Walking After Midnight. So when there's weird chords, you have to figure out how is it weird in the key that I'm in, and then figure out where it falls in the other key. All right? Now, you might need to know your 2, your 3, and even your 7 chord. It's more likely you're going to need to know your flat 7 chord. But let me just fill this in for you for the key of C real quick so you have it. This is going to be D minor, E minor, and this is going to be B diminished. We're never really using the B diminished chord very often, all right? But those would be your keys and how to transpose. Simply transposing. 1, 4, 5, 6 gets you through most of your songs, okay? And then if you know your 2, your 3 chord, you're pretty solid, all right? So take your time, try to transpose some easy songs, maybe take something from the key of A to the key of G. It is really, really great. And also, it's a great way to use your capo. My music partner at church, anytime I'm playing a song in the key of G in open position, he'll throw a capo on and he'll play it in G, but using in the key of D, in the shapes of G. So he'll put a capo on the 5th fret. So we're both playing in G, but he's using D shapes and I'm using G shapes. So that our guitars don't sound the same. All right, have a great week. Have fun transposing.